Field goal by Moody. He's back out to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. A dump off now to Hill. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now it's Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. That's going deep for Bateman. And he's got it inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
Hill will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson now off the bootleg. Right side, there's Likely with it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
13, 180.
Here's Jackson. Well, that's complete to the fullback, Ricard. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings us 17-9.
Jackson, options out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Set high. 180. Ready shot. Ready shot.
Henry up the middle. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Purdy looking to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Gets this one to Juszczyk.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Give him 30 yards there.
I'll tell you what, partner, let me go nostalgic here for a moment. You just don't see fullbacks use as weapons like we're seeing right now. Just think about 20 years ago. You had guys like Mike Allstott, Tom Rathman, Moose Johnston in Dallas. Now, it's almost something you never see. Throwing it to the fullback and letting him make a big play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
From 8 yards out.
And the Niners have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Oh, it's some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars if this ball was overthrown.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward. Now he's loose at the 40.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing, and he's not able to get away, sacked back at the 22.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Purdy from the gun. And that is dropped. Oh, my goodness. That could have been a game changer, but he could not hang on.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk.
A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Extra point try now for Moody.
And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Niners 28, Ravens 23.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
DC, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. Down to the 42, second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. 2nd and 6 coming up.
180.
That one into the hands of Flowers. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
Brings up third down and 7.
Jackson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he returns this to the 22. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Purdy. Finding Samuel, and he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Purdy to throw. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Purdy to throw.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Throwing, Purdy. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. Taught, and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Purdy to throw.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll just get rid of it. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they'll just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Jake Moody.
2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So the victory here for San Francisco. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body time and your body clock different from what you're used to west, because if you go east, you're going to lose up to 3 hours, right? So is your body going to be awake when it's time to play? A lot of teams actually rehearse it. They practice it. Maybe the week of the game, they move everything up to that time frame so guys get used to doing it that way. I remember when I played at Tennessee, when we had to go from east to west, our trainer, Tim Karen, said, leave your watches on East Coast time. Every piece of information we got was East Coast Standard Time. Try to psychologically tell us what to do, as well as prepare our bodies the same way.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.